Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Katie Thurston shares harrowing details of sexual assault. Bachelorette alum Katie Thurston revealed in June that she was recently raped. She previously opened up when she was a contestant on The Bachelor about a previous sexual assault. She didn't share many details in June of the more recent assault, but now she is ready to share details to help prevent the alleged attacker from hurting anyone else. Katie Thurston reveals when and where rape occurred. Katie Thurston suffered several traumas in the last year. She was sexually assaulted, and then her beloved cat, Tommy, passed away in August. Luckily, she has her fiancé, Jeff Arcuri, to help her through. The couple confirmed their engagement earlier this month after just a few months of dating. But like Katie said, when you know, you know. Katie Thurston has been an advocate for sexual assault survivors since her time on The Bachelor. She created a Facebook group where survivors could share their stories and get the support they need. The Bachelor Nation star revealed on social media in June that she was the victim of a second sexual assault. She said at the time that she wasn't ready to share the details. However, she revealed more on her Instagram stories over the weekend to prevent her alleged rapist from victimizing other women. Katie revealed that the rape happened on November 11, 2023. The perpetrator was allegedly an owner of the San Diego eatery, Crudo Ceviche and Oyster Bar. She revealed that her alleged rapist provided her with alcohol to the point that she could no longer give consent to having sexual relations, but he proceeded anyway. She shared a text exchange that she had with another patron of the same restaurant. Katie warned other women in San Diego to avoid the restaurant. She shared a disturbing detail of the assault. Because of him, a nurse found my tampon lodged deep inside of me during my R*P exam. She added that she had his DNA and a taped confession, but he still walked away without charges. Why? Why the court couldn't prosecute alleged rapist? Katie Thurston did everything a rape victim is supposed to do. She filed a police report and went to the emergency room for an exam. But her alleged rapist still walked free. One of her social media followers asked why. The reality star explained that immediately following the rape, she came across another woman in distress, so she called 911. She revealed that while she sounded drunk on the phone call, she was still able to repeat directions to the woman. According to Katie, the fact that she was coherent enough to do that was used against her. She explained, "My kindness for others, even in a time of need. My default programming for others took over and yet was used against me." Katie said that criminal court is brutal, though she still could pursue action in civil court. Since her alleged rapist wasn't prosecuted, she decided the best thing she can do is to warn others. Katie Thurston, the radiant former Bachelorette known for her unfiltered humor and unapologetic authenticity, has always worn her heart on her sleeve. But beneath the layers of her quick wit and sharp comebacks lies a story of deep pain, one she recently shared with the world. In a powerful moment of vulnerability, Katie opened up about the harrowing details of her experience with sexual assault, sending shockwaves through her fan base and beyond. It was a crisp evening when Katie sat down to record her latest podcast episode. The usual banter and laughs were replaced by a palpable tension in the air, a heaviness that was immediately evident in her tone. "This isn't going to be easy," she began, her voice quivering slightly but laced with determination. "But it's time I shared something that's been a huge part of my life, something that's shaped me in ways I never wanted." As she recounted the night that changed everything, Katie's voice wavered, but she pushed through, determined to shine a light on her truth. "I was 20 years old," she said, pausing for a moment, as if to gather strength from the universe. "It was supposed to be a fun night out with friends. We were celebrating, carefree, thinking the world was ours to conquer. But by the end of the night, my world had crumbled." Katie recalled the details with striking clarity. How she had been out with a group of friends, feeling safe and surrounded by familiar faces. Yet there was one person in that group, someone she thought she could trust, who shattered her sense of security. I knew him. We were all hanging out, drinking, having a good time. And then, everything went black. The next morning, Katie woke up in a haze, her body aching, her mind racing to piece together the fragments of the previous night. I didn't know what had happened at first. I just knew something was wrong. My clothes were different. My body felt different. As she spoke, tears welled up in her eyes, the weight of her memory crashing down on her. It wasn't until a friend pulled her aside and gently told her what had occurred that Katie's world was shattered. She said she saw him. She saw him leading me away. I was unconscious. She didn't know what to do. None of us were equipped to handle that kind of situation at that age. The rawness of Katie's story was undeniable. She described the spiral of emotions that followed, the confusion, the shame, the disbelief. I didn't want to believe it. I thought maybe I had done something wrong. Maybe I had too much to drink. Maybe I had led him on. The guilt was unbearable. Katie went on to explain how she had initially buried the trauma, convincing herself it hadn't happened. For years, she carried the weight of her assault in silence, pretending everything was fine, while inside, she was crumbling. I didn't talk about it. Not to my friends, not to my family. I just pushed it down, way down, because that's what you do, right? You just move on. But the scars of her assault manifested in ways she hadn't anticipated. Katie spoke candidly about how her relationship suffered, how her ability to trust had been eroded, and how intimacy became a minefield. I didn't realize how much it affected me until much later. I couldn't trust anyone. I couldn't let people get close to me. I was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Her journey to healing, she admitted, has been long and arduous. It wasn't until she started therapy, years after the assault, that she began to truly process what had happened to her. Therapy saved my life, Katie said, her voice filled with gratitude. I had to relearn how to trust, how to love, and most importantly, how to love myself. Katie's decision to share her story wasn't made lightly. She explained how, for years, she feared being judged, misunderstood, or worse, not believed. That's the hardest part, she said, her eyes filling with tears once more. The fear that people won't believe you, or that they'll think you're making it up for attention. It's terrifying. But in recent years, Katie has found strength in the #MeToo movement and the countless women and men who have come forward to share their own stories of survival. I realized that I wasn't alone. There are so many of us, so many people who have been through the same thing, who are still struggling, still healing. Katie's voice took on a new tone, one of empowerment and resilience, as she addressed her listeners directly. If you've been through this, if you're going through this, I want you to know that it's not your fault. It's never your fault, and you deserve to heal. You deserve to be happy again. She went on to describe how speaking out has been a crucial part of her healing journey. For so long, I felt like I was carrying this secret, this shame. But now, I realize that by sharing my story, I'm taking back my power. I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor.